Hey.
They so cute. They're just adorable, ain't they? Just adorable. Let's liven it up a little bit. Hey y'all, I am so excited to be here with y'all today. Talk about a very interesting topic. Okay. Of course, I'm your host. I'm Lachelle Hooks, and you are watching the Shine Your Light podcast. Probably should say that part. And I have some amazing people here with me. I have the beautiful comedian, hilarious, talented. I can't wait to add more things to those titles because I know she got some things coming up. But we got the
Yes.
beautiful Tika in the building.
Y'all know what time it is, y'all.
Beautiful.
Yes. And of course, we have the beautiful queen over here. Why am I? My name is the name. Oh my god!
It happens like that.
Edit, Jesus. What would you do it? But we have, and I'm such a fan of this beautiful queen. I've come to an event that you were a part of and sharing her testimony. She has a wonderful website. Give them your website information.
www.lupushasnoface.com.
Yes, and previously interviewed this queen on the Shine Your Light podcast. When I tell you I'm a fan of her, she's an amazing soul. She's such a beautiful woman inside and out, y'all. We got the beautiful, amazing Savannah in the building. Thank you.
Thank you for that lovely introduction.
Yeah, I used to smoke back in the day, y'all, so we gonna blame it. The memory loss on that.
We love you,
gonna
Savannah. I
blame it
swear.
on that. All right. But I'm so thankful for both of you beautiful women being here. And again, we're gonna talk about something really, really dear to my heart: dating properly in 2024. The purpose of dating, what we're running into while we're dating out here or attempting to date. I'm just now trying to put my toes in the water, y'all, not the whole foot, but just twinkling the toes a little bit. And like the beautiful Tika said, she said it's a little tinkle in the water. It's been a little tinkle in the
The
water.
dating pool got PP in it. I'm gonna need y'all to straighten that up. It's not as fresh as it used to be.
Yeah.
It's not how it used to be when we were growing up and people met in person and you got to know that person. If you like that person, then y'all might date. But nowadays, everything with social media and all that stuff. Now dating apps. Now you just swipe a person if you don't like them or not. And it's like it's becoming so like short term.
Yeah, and my therapist actually recommended me to try this dating app the first time that I know, child. The first
Sorry, guys. No, they asked me.
the first time that I've ever tried a dating app, but she felt like it would kind of broaden my horizon, get me out my shell a little bit. And I've been running into some different personalities up on there. So you've never tried a dating app?
No.
Tika, have you ever tried a dating app?
Yes, sadly. Oh my God. You see the eye twitch, right?
Maybe we could.
So what's the dating apps like for you guys? Are they weird versus like the people that y'all met in person? Are they crazy? Are they introverts? Like,
it's so many different people on the dating apps, and then a lot of people portray stuff that they're not.
Yeah.
see, that's why.
And then like some people pictures ain't who they are, and it's like it's so much to it, and that's why it's kind of like I miss just when you meet a person out in public and you see them
And you
and
vibe.
face to face and y'all vibe, then that's dope. But
Yeah.
now with like dating apps and all that stuff, it's like you never know who's on the other side of that screen.
Have you
Like,
been catfished before?
yes.
Oh, what did you do?
Girl, I got catfished. I want to say last year. I met a guy on a dating app, and he had he wasn't a picture of him; it was a picture of his friend.
Wow.
He took all her pictures of his friend to basically get women to apply to his profile,
Right.
and then showed up at the dates, pretending to be his friend. And girl, I listen.
Was it a big difference in how
It was a
looked?
major difference,
no.
child. When I tell you from 6'5", tall, dark, and handsome to short and light skin and not even fit at all, like
to the date.
and bald headed. No,
I like a bald man.
no, nothing wrong with a bald head
Right.
man. I'm just saying, like, it was nothing.
Nothing like the picture.
The profile.
But
at
why
all.
would you do that? What I have to like wonder what's in his thought process. Like we fell in love via, our text and typing and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna show up as my real self and hope that she just
I think that's what
embraces
I
me?
think that's what it is. I think that they think that if you initially just fall for that person behind the screen, they think that if even if they present themselves in the reality, that you're just gonna be going with it with whatever because you so into them as a person. So I think they think that's what the attachment
What was
is.
your reaction?
Child, y'all know.
Did you say?
Listen, do y'all know? I was like, because I'm looking
'Cause
around.
you're a
I'm
good
like,
person,
yeah.
so you're not.
So I'm looking
yeah.
around. I'm like, because I'm not a harsh person
Right,
at all,
right.
but I am a comedian.
Yes.
So I'm like, I got a question. He was like, yeah, just ask me anything. I said, so did you get a skin change?
No,
Did
you
you lose hair in the process of getting here? Did you
said-
like what happened? And he was like, I'm gonna be honest. He was like, that's not even my picture.
Oh.
And I just wanted to really talk to you because you're so beautiful. And you know what I mean? Now, mind you, we were still cool friends after the whole conversation. But I just felt like you need to be honest with me because now I feel like I can't trust you.
Right.
Did you ask
Like,
him why he did that?
Yeah.
I asked him, he's like, well, I just feel really insecure and like I don't really have a lot of confidence in talking to women. And then he's like, my friend gets all the attention all the time. So I just used his profile because I know it would get more attention than my own profile. I'm like, you could have easily put your profile up and still got the same attention.
Right.
Like, because you have a really dope personality. Like, you really are a cool, down to earth person.
Gave him his pep talk. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
So I'm like, I said, you are still a very handsome dude. Like, ain't nothing really wrong with you. But I feel like your lack of confidence in yourself is what's making you feel that way.
Right.
And he was like, oh, well, I never thought of it like that. And he was like, well, I still appreciate you even coming out and even like talking to me. And like, you didn't just run up out of here like, you know, most people do or whatever. But I was like, nah.
Most people. Baby,
He done this
a couple
multiple times.
Oh, no.
Yes, multiple times. So he's like, yeah. So
And
he's
that
like,
lack of confidence is unattractive.
it
You would've
is.
been-
It is. And I'm like, yeah, you just got to be confident in yourself. You ain't got to be the best looking dude ever, but like, dude, you used a whole nother person, like a whole nother individual, which is,
I don't know. That's why I can't do date apps.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
you already don't know who a person is when you first meet them in person because they're wearing a mask.
Right.
yeah.
So I feel like a dating app is just, oh my god,
Even a
They have
heavier
field day
mask.
for them people.
Mhm.
That's like layers.
So how are you meeting people these days? Because to me, it kind of like limits yourself, but you get out a lot. You do a lot of things, so you
Mhm.
meet a lot of different people.
In the grocery store, people are attracted to me.
Right.
Like,
You're beautiful.
I don't thank you. I appreciate that. But everywhere I go, people are trying to talk to me.
Right.
And if I choose to talk to them, I will. That's how we will exchange numbers. But just out in the world, at the grocery store, at the hair salon, just anywhere, they are trying to talk to me. Like anywhere. So that's kind of how I meet people. That is how I meet people.
Would you date somebody long distance?
Definitely. I have dated somebody long distance, and it
distance.
definitely worked. It
I
worked.
can't.
I actually loved it. It
I'm
gave me
sorry,
a
I
reason to
gotta
always leave and drive. And honestly, to be honest, for me, I don't think it wasn't that much of a headache having somebody here, if that makes sense. Like, I knew he was busy. He knew I was busy. We were doing our own things. But like having somebody here in the inner city, I think it caused more of a
Is it because
issue.
everybody know each other in Milwaukee?
I
Or?
think, yeah, probably.
I never thought of it like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see, I said it low. I didn't want to say it too loud. They might not have heard. No. But sometimes that's an issue with dating. You know, I don't
Yeah.
understand it as a dating adults. You know, if something didn't work out, it shouldn't matter who the person's ex was or,
Yeah.
you know, all
Yeah.
of that stuff. You know, we're too old for that. But that's just my personal opinion. But, you know,
I get you.
yeah.
You
But
know, can I piggyback off that?
Yeah.
I think for me, it does matter who your ex is, because your ex is going to tell me a lot about you, and I might be that eyeball out your exes. I might be somebody that you're not used to, and that's going to be a big difference for how you act towards me. So I think
Mhm.
the exes do matter, not per se like what they went through a
Mhm.
little bit, but who they are. I think it definitely matters because men have types.
right.
Mhm.
They definitely have types. So if you're the eyeball, you might not be their type, but they are attracted to you.
So it matters in a sense of the man's resume.
Mm-hmm.
But it, for me, what I'm saying is it shouldn't matter like who, not for like, it shouldn't matter like who the woman is that would cause me not to date you unless she was like my friend.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Couldn't be a
Right.
circle in a circle.
Oh yeah,
No,
exactly.
No,
Right.
no, no,
Right.
couldn't
Right.
do that.
No.
But that's how it
Absolutely
is
not.
in Milwaukee but I see what you're saying as far as like, that relationship, what happened in that relationship, who that person is, has a small representation of who you are. Because people
Yeah.
change all the time, and sometimes that person is different with the next person. But I see 1000% what you're saying. But with Milwaukee, sometimes it's that division of who can date who based on, who
And I ask
somebody
those
dated in the
questions
past.
like, do you work
But
in
we're
this
too
line
old
of
for
work?
that.
Do you
We're
know
too
this
old for
person?
that.
I ask people those questions because if it's yes to any, that I can't date you. I don't want to date you.
Right.
I don't like to be. Oh, no, you didn't.
And there's nothing wrong with having those
Yeah.
preferences. So what are y'all running into out here? Like what type of people would you say you're actually running into? Because I've only had 2 phone conversations with people on this dating app, and the personality traits, these men were so full of themselves. All they talked about were their accolades. I forgot who said this. I think somebody at the event said this. As soon as you start talking about your master degree and all this and that, I'm thinking about your student loans.
That part.
But yeah, that's what I've been running into, men who are just full of themselves, and I'm not attracted to that. You can have all that, but that's not what we need to discuss, at this table. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm great for you.
Yeah. You want a cookie?
Won't have a second conversation.
Right.
I want to know who you are
As a person,
not what you have.
Yeah.
Amen. So yeah, what y'all been running to? I got some more stories, but go ahead.
You go ahead, Savannah.
Yeah, you love your mama, don't you?
I mean, past tense, I can say, or even past tense. Men like they feel like they are entitled.
Yeah.
They feel like they are entitled and they don't have to do much. And like you said, I feel like they're full of themselves and that they have this pool that they can pick out of. That's fine that you got this pool that they can pick out of, but you're not going to act as so with me. Right. I have boundaries and standards, and you're going to follow those. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
Like as of today, you got one time to do anything that I don't like. I'm not talking to you. Right. I'm not ignoring any more red flags because those red flags ended me up in long-term relationships that I shouldn't have been in the first place. Right. So today, they just full of it. They don't know what they want. They contradicting. You know how somebody can just talk, but it's like, what did you just say? They're talking with no meaning. Don't let our first couple of conversations and you're not inviting me out somewhere. I don't care if that's a walk at the beach, walk at the park. Like, let me know what this is looking like.
Yeah.
Because you're not about to just call me every day or text me good morning. Like,
it's so boring.
Why? That's so boring.
You want to go for a swim? You want to go work out together?
Yes.
Like, invite me to an activity.
I'm not responding after that second good morning. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Because you know, man can text 50 girls good morning, good morning.
Yes.
And don't text me GM.
Right.
That's lazy. I need that spelled out. I'm just saying.
You don't do that. You not wrong.
I love it. I love it, Savannah. I love it. I do.
You know how you lazy with something? That's what that feels like to me. Don't GM me. I would not respond to that.
And they wonder why they don't get responses. Because of the things that they're doing, and they don't understand that, like, y'all not showing no real effort, y'all not showing no real interest, and the fact that they think that all of these other women accept that. Now they think that every woman's like that, and every woman's gonna be okay with that. Like, no, sir, you met a real one, so now you finna get what's really finna happen to you. Like, now finna shrink you because
that's why they took the buttons away.
But now I'm finna shrink you because now you got it in your head that, oh, I'm just gonna give her this little bit of effort or this little bit of whatever, and she's just gonna go for it. Like, no, like,
because some of them do not have to put in effort. Some of these men have so many women flocking to them. I didn't even read the comments, y'all. Some of these men got so many women just, coming after them that when they meet a woman of substance, when they meet a woman such as yourselves that got yourselves together, that can be an actual wife to them and the things that they need, they don't know how to act. They don't want to have to do what's required to get to get y'all.
Yeah.
They just want the easy route. But if you really want something that's going to help you succeed, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
If you really want something that's going to help you succeed and be a partner with you, then not only does it take effort from the man, but that effort is going to be reciprocated by a real one. It's going to be reciprocated, but it takes something from you. I've gone through that. Go ahead.
And can I say something?
Thank you.
You know, we got to take accountability, ladies. I'm gonna say us because we're women. It be
Mhm.
our fault as to why men treat most women how they are, or why they in the same rotation of how they are, because these women don't know their worth. And so they
Mhm.
allow these men to do whatever because they be wanting these men so bad and not standing up and having a voice for themselves. So when they meet that real woman, they feel like we're problematic or it's drama. It's like, no. It's structure over here. You can't just
Right.
do what you want to do. It's rules over here. And a lot of men run from those type of women when that is who they actually need to grow up. Because if they continue to date those type of women that let them do what they want to do, they're going to continue to be boy men.
Exactly.
Man
True.
boys.
Exactly.
Man, boys. Yeah,
And
I
just
agree.
some of them just full of lust and take the easy way out, but then they always have that unfulfilled, thing within them. You know what I'm saying? And like you just said, you're only going to get that from a real one, from a really good woman. So I see Mr. Cam Beats, Tommy got all these comments. I don't even want to read them, Tommy. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't even want to read them.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Generalizations. Ain't no generalizations.
He
up
said, "Wow,
here.
the generalizations." Kendra says she met Marcus on the Facebook dating app.
I love that, Kenda. That's the app that I'm on, the Facebook dating app. So let's
Some
see,
of them
let's
be
see
having,
what happens.
Girls, some of them be having mugshots on that piece. I'd be like,
Well, I'm gonna give y'all.
you can really put your mugshot on the dating app for real? You didn't have no other picture to put on here.
I'm gonna
Child.
I'm gonna tell. It was the only up close and personal. Oh no, Jesus. He was a bad boy. I don't know. He wants you to know ahead of time what you up for. I'm gonna tell y'all about 3 experiences that I had on the Facebook dating app. 2 not so good. One actually was really good. Did you want to read what Tommy's saying?
Oh, he said,
I know.
Oh, my bad.
I could read it. He said, dating apps are okay. I'm not sure for how it is for women. Okay. And I don't agree with that. The ex doesn't always determine who you are. We said that too, Tommy. That's what I'm saying. All men don't have a type. Listen, ain't nobody got time.
Wow, the
You
generalization.
You should be in here. You should be in here as a part of the discussion. Thank you for sharing that with us, Kenda. That's beautiful. That it is possible to meet the love of your life, on a dating app or social media. The possibility is there. I would like to actually know more about the story of how y'all met, how y'all connected, and what made you want to meet him in person. What about him wanting, and he didn't catfish. He was a real one. He didn't catfish. So really quick, my story, the first person that I talked to, for me, we may have a couple chats, and then based off those chats, we might have a phone conversation. And based off that phone conversation, I haven't actually met anyone. I've only had 3 phone conversations, but I've never met anyone yet. So the first one, he actually worked for the VA, a Caucasian gentleman, very handsome, and we matched on the Facebook dating profile. Come to find out, I went to a wedding, and he was at the wedding. We kept looking at each other. It was an Indian wedding. It was beautiful.
Wow.
And it was all sheriffs. They all, they're sheriffs. They work at the department. So it was beautiful. I'm just sitting there, these policemen, I don't do nothing of what y'all do. But it was really nice. And he kept looking at me. I kept looking at him. And he was just like, you look so familiar. And then he told the bride that he wanted to get my information. And so they ended up talking. So after the wedding, I said, okay, you can give him my number. We ended up talking and realized we matched on the dating, and that's why we were familiar with each other.
Wow.
So we talked for a little bit. And when I say they vouched for him, and that's what I look for. I look for like my friends vouching for this person, somebody I know vouching for this person. That makes me feel safe with this person. For it to just be a stranger, and I know I have to get out of my shell, but I'm less likely to do that. But if I know somebody that know you, they know your people, then I'm more like, okay, I feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
But they vouched for him so good. He's such a good guy. Great man. Came time to our first date. I didn't go.
What?
I know.
What?
He lived 40 minutes away. He was willing to drive. He was like, what kind of flower? He's such a sweetheart.
Oh,
Such a sweetheart. And I
wow.
didn't go. And then we planned, we were going to do a second day. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to build up the courage. And didn't go. He was like, well, I'm just going to, pull back. And I was like, it's okay. That's fine. And then he messaged like a week after that. Because if you say you're going to pull back, bye. But he messaged a week after, but I understand it. He messaged a week after that and was just like, I was just thinking about you. And I responded in a very like friendship response, like, oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, wow. Not that that's wonderful. Not the work response.
Great. Hope all is well.
So why do you think that you haven't,
I think
clearly
it's been so long for me, just little Kofi. And I know how I am. And I love hard, love fast, all that stuff. So that was that one. So I actually did make me that one. There's two others though. These two others. There was one where, sometimes I'd be like, stop cussing. I don't mean no harm in it. If you want to cuss, you want to cuss. You know what I mean? It don't make me no, never mind, right? But sometimes it just come out, it's our second phone conversation. You just cussing. I'm like, what? Stop cussing. I didn't mean nothing by it.
Yeah.
His response was, I don't want to be persecuted because of the words that come out of my mouth. And he was like, I don't want to be crucified, because I'm just like, why are you coming at me like this? Like, why are you taking it like that too? I didn't mean it like that. And you clearly didn't get the proper picture of me. And even if the way you're coming at me seems a little,
traumatic,
it's a little too much. It's a little too much. So I was just like, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah.
I ain't call him back. Okay. I didn't call him back. Okay. And he texted me a couple hours later. That was going to be the last conversation, because you ain't never the tone of your voice. Because he was like, and I was thinking you was probably bossy. Like, who is you talking to?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And he was one of those that was full of himself, speaking about all of his accolades and all of that. It's great to touch on him. To keep talking about it is something else. But later he ended up texting and basically apologized, because he caught the vibe. So he apologized for all of that. And I was like, don't apologize for being yourself. You never have to apologize. I didn't even care about the cousin. It just kind of comes out. I think there's a little old lady in here. I don't know. I'll tell you. But I said, don't apologize for that. You're being yourself. That's absolutely fine. I just don't feel like we're good today. And that's it. And that's all.
He couldn't take that.
No, he ain't reply back no more.
Oh,
that's all right. That's all right. And I forgot about the other one. I think he was just full of himself. And I just, cut off the communication. So yeah, y'all, that's what I've been running into. I haven't really been running into like disrespectful. I haven't been running into that. I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, if y'all.
I haven't run into disrespectful, but I just
I've run into lustful.
I run into a lot of lustful people, and it's crazy because the minute I tell them I'm celibate, ghost,
good,
quick,
good, but
and that's okay.
Eliminate yourself,
because I'm not finna. No, if that's what you're looking for, fine, please disappear. That's fine with me, because I'm not gonna give you nothing. I'm sorry. Like, this is a new chapter for me.
Especially if that's all you want. This is
right,
a part of the process.
Why
this is a part of the crack.
So fast?
Right.
It's like, girl. And the ones that kill me the most is the one that come out with the questions like, can you cook?
Can you cook?
I mean, like, can you build a house?
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
Right.
Like, don't do that.
Right.
Like, ask something that's gonna get me involved intellectually. Like, what type of books do you read, or what type of music do you like, or things like that? I don't mind. But the minute you come out to get someone to can you cook,
right?
Why?
That's
like,
you know what type of women.
Like, what? You want a meal? Like, what?
That lets you know what type of women
like,
he's dealt with.
I'm not. No.
I don't think I mind a person asking me, can I cook? It got to be the right kind of conversation. Don't just come out just grilling me.
No, out the gate. Like, don't even know you. And that's the first question.
Right. Or what can you do for me?
Because he's looking for a mama. Right.
I'm like, a lot
And
of
you
y'all
cook for
looking for
yourself.
mamas and maids right now. And
Right.
I'm not neither one. I'm not gonna cook for you. I'm not gonna clean for you. I'm not gonna do none of that. So I'm gonna need you to do that for yourself first and then come back
Right.
to me.
And if
And
that's
then
already
we could talk.
taken care of, that wouldn't be a question on the table.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
just the mindset of it all. You should, if anything, you know, I want my man to. I'm such a caterer. I'm a caterer. Okay, I
Yeah.
massage my man feet. I pedicure my man feet. I massage my man back. I'm a caterer. But guess what? My requirements are the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I require that same energy. So I want a man not to be like, what you cook, but can I cook for you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite food? You should be inquiring about me, not about how I can benefit you.
Yeah.
Where we get that from? And that's when they eliminate themselves, because ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
And I feel like too, like certain questions I will ask, but I feel like the questions that men ask be a little bit like, I can tell you, but you're not gonna get the experience because you're not my man. It's a natural organic flow
That
for me.
part.
So like
That
if we're
one.
together, you don't gotta ask me to do anything because I'm going to pay attention to you. I'm going to be attentive to you. I'm going to handle
Mhm.
what I see that you need, and vice versa. A real man's supposed to provide, so you really don't have to ask either, unless you know he's not picking up, because you know sometimes men just don't. You can't.
Yeah, a
Got
little slow.
struggles too.
But
A little slow.
yeah, I just feel like, you know, when a person be trying to ask you everything that you probably done did in your relationship, it's like, what's the purpose of that? Like, you have to experience, because I can tell you, but it might not sound so cute. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's probably going to sound like you got to do this and this and this for me before I can do this and this and this for you, when it's just really an experience.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And just feeling like you're considerate of me.
Yeah.
You know, I remember dating this guy, and it was Mother's Day, and it was like the first Mother's Day. This is years ago, but it was our first Mother's Day, and he didn't get me nothing. We was only together for a couple months. He didn't give me nothing. He didn't do nothing. And I was just like, this is an example to me of what it would be like to be with you. You know,
Mhm.
I've done stuff with your daughter. I've right, you know.
See, that's a slap in the face.
And even that's what I'm
I
saying.
had a problem.
And then he got me something. Of course, I had a problem with it. And he got me something later, but I don't want that.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get something from me later.
Yeah.
So now, when he tried to get back with me, which he's still trying to do, I think about those things, because you've already
Yeah.
shown me what it would be like to be with you.
Yeah.
I want you to consider me. You don't have to give me. I do want him to give me his all, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to take anything from you that is going to hurt you,
Yeah.
but I do want you to give me all your effort so I can feel comfortable to give you mine in return. I feel like a lot of people are dating scared out here. You know what I'm
They
saying?
dating scared, they moving scared,
Mhm.
and it's not organic. And I feel like too, you gotta tell people how to treat you, because sometimes people be with them people that's okay when I get nothing for
Right.
Mother's Day, or they had that thing where
Mhm.
I'm not your mother.
And
No,
that's what he
we're not
Yeah.
doing
to.
that. So I feel like
Used to.
I feel
The
like
pretty boy.
if he's doing that, if he's like that, then it's like, okay, you shouldn't be so hard, but you should set your expectations, because you got one time to mess up and one time for me to correct you moving forward. So I'm going to tell you what holidays mean to me and what I like to do, because I don't know what you did over there. So I have to tell you what my requirements are, like what I
Yeah.
like, or it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Some things I feel like should be known. No. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, it's about the reciprocation and the consideration for me. Like, if you can't reciprocate or be even considerate of the certain things that I feel like is important, like not just to me, but to people in general.
Right.
Like, you don't think
Some people
about
are
that
just
type
takers.
of stuff.
You can lay out. I can lay out the red carpet for you,
Yeah.
and hoping I'm gonna treat you how I want to be treated. So I'm gonna do all this for you.
Yeah.
And then you ain't gonna never do it back. So then I'm gonna be resentment and regret, like our last. Because it's like, how could you not treat me good when I'm going above and beyond for you? Like, you ain't better, and that's where that hatred come in. At like, and then you gotta pull back.
Mm-hmm.
So some people don't even operate like that. You gotta tell people what you want.
Okay, can I ask y'all something?
Yeah.
Do y'all feel like, and I love that being vocal, because we can't expect them to like read our minds. So I love that. Thank you for making that point. Do you feel like some of these men are they have this lack of vulnerability and like these walls up?
Yes.
And if so, what do y'all feel like we can do to penetrate them walls as women for a man that we're actually interested in?
Let me go first.
Go ahead.
So for me and my past experience, I'm a communicator. So for you not to understand what I am saying to you, or for you not to question something that you do not understand, which I was very clear about, will be a problem in the future. So I'm a person that have asked, like, you have any traumas or is this going to bother you moving forward? And if you tell me a no, I have no reason to question you because you have not gave me one. But you're moving as a yes. And if I bring it back up later and you keep telling me that's a no, but your action shows different. So it becomes like, one, that person probably don't know that they're moving like that. Two, that person probably don't want to move it like they're and they're lying to themselves, hoping it's going to come out on their actions, but it's not going to come out on their actions because I am seeing it, and it creates a whole nother problem. So a lot of people don't know how to be alone and heal from whatever it is that they was going through before they can get into another relationship. They feel like if they get into another relationship, it's going to help what they're feeling, but it doesn't help what they're feeling. It only makes you a bad partner.
Right. Right.
I agree.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Wait, is it clap sound?
Yeah, and people, and they don't want to communicate, and they shut down.
Yeah.
Most men shut down. If I'm sitting here and we're in a comfortable setting, and the kids are laid down, and I done cooked you a meal or whatever, and I'm talking to you and putting my hand on you, and I'm communicating with you, and you feed me nothing back but lies,
Right.
we're not helping each other
Right.
because I'm going off of what you're saying, and I'm thinking you're telling me the truth because it sounds so truthful,
Right.
but you're really lying to yourself and you're lying to me.
Mhm.
So now we got to figure out what the problem is. And the problem is you.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how did that work?
Right.
Right.
That's good.
That
That's
work.
good right there. How do you know when because a lot of that guard being up is trauma for sure. It's definitely trauma, and it's a lack of trust that these men have for women. A lot of these men these days don't trust women. I'm a very safe
Mhm.
space. Like whoever ends up with me, they're so safe. I can tell whoever ends up with you, that man is safe.
Yeah.
As long as you respect and love me. Same with Savannah. You know what I'm saying?
Safe.
Safe. Right.
Safe.
They're good. They're, there's no judgment, anything like that. We're gonna push you to be your best self as you push us to do the same.
Right.
And you can't nobody talk to me when I got a man. Even when I don't got a man, can't nobody talk to me.
Right.
so you definitely can't talk to me when I got one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what a lot of these men don't trust women, and that's the wall that's up sometimes.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah, I feel like just getting out of my last relationship, a lot of things are clear to me now that wasn't clear to me while I was in my relationship.
did he trust you?
No. And the
See.
thing is, I never did anything for him. And this is what I said. I never did anything
had
for
nothing
you
to do
not
with
to
you.
trust me.
Mhm.
You don't trust me because you don't trust yourself.
Mhm.
And things that, so I didn't trust him because he have shown me that I couldn't trust him. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of men don't trust themselves. So how can they trust you? They don't show up for themselves. So how can they show up for you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't push themselves. So how can they push you? And that part is so clear to me right now because when I was in a relationship, I was just like, dang, why you don't know about my day to day? Why haven't you asked me about this? And why you're not sitting at the same table as me? And why am I going places to better myself and you're not right here? And I was just so like, what is wrong with you? But it's like, dang, now that I know, how can I expect for you to do anything for me when you're
You're not even
at the
doing it for
same spot that
yourself.
you was at 5 years ago?
Yeah.
You haven't proven out one time. And it's not a me problem. It's a you problem. So when I learned that, I started doing for me. And when you start doing for you, and I started doing for me, that was the exit plan because I can't be, once I make a decision, I can't be with you knowing what I know because you're still stuck. And if you don't want to work on yourself, I can't make you do something that you don't want to do. Obviously, you see you okay, and that is okay, but I'm not okay.
Right.
So I have to continue to grow because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to wake up 3-4 years later and I'm in a very same spot. I can't, and I won't do that.
Yeah.
Amen.
I won't.
I feel like a lot of men at this point in time, especially with this generation, they're basing their dating lifestyle off of other people's dating lifestyles. Like, why are you setting up your dating goals to match somebody online? They might not even be happy for real,
Right.
but you're trying to match their energy. Like, what is you be your
I
own
do.
dating goals? Like, what?
Wait. Because I do want to do that rock, paper, scissors game. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
I do.
my God.
As soon as I get a man, I'm on it.
Stuff like that, I get it. But I mean, like, a lot of men be like,
I know what you
oh,
mean,
like
though.
when they see like the men be like, oh, y'all these women out here just gold diggers and this and this and that. Y'all can't trust these girls, and they following this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, come on now. Like, be
Right.
realistic. Every woman is not the same. Like, come on now. Like, really,
That is
like, it's like, come on. Like, y'all really basing y'all dating lifestyle off of stuff y'all get off of social media, and or basing off y'all friends that's telling y'all, oh man, you better watch out for her. She might just be like, do. Like, bro, find out for yourself. Like, don't base it off everybody, but like, find out for yourself. Like, you might not even know this girl for real. Like, and it's just crazy to me because people really be having they past or other reflections of other people reflected onto somebody else. Like, that's wild to me.
I'm guilty of something you said.
What?
But it wasn't so much like this. So my past relationship, I used to, it was a lot of people that were together, married together, and I see how they treated their wives, right?
Mm-hmm.
In person. And behind closed doors, I would be like, why can't you be like X, Y, and Z? Like, what's the matter? You know what I'm saying? And he hated when I compared us, but it was like, I don't want their lives. You hang around these people. Why aren't you giving the same energy that they are giving to their wives? Like, they could argue a whole hour ago. Those men treat their wives so well respected. They better not break a nail.
Yeah.
And I would look at that and I would be in that setting and I won't be getting what I should be getting that I get behind closed doors, but not publicly. I had a problem with not getting the publicly love. And I just like, well, what is your problem? I found out the problem later on down the line. It was a lot of lies going on. So it was certain things that he couldn't do because it would mess up the lies. But when you get to looking into things like that and get to questioning things like that, there is always something behind that.
Yeah.
Always and forever something behind it. So my whole thing is like, don't love me privately if you can't love me out loud.
Amen.
If we're together and people think we're not together and we're in public, that's a problem.
Right.
For me.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
agree with
saying?
that.
That's a problem because what are you not doing? And
Right.
if you're not to understand that, like it's so we're together.
I
but
wouldn't
somebody's
play
trying to
that,
talk to
so
me.
I understand.
Like, where you should be asking myself, what am I doing that leaving these doors open for these men
Right.
trying to talk to her while she's with me?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, right?
Right.
And so I'm very vocal about that. So I was guilty of that. Like, why can't you be like, these are your people? Y'all supposed to be
but
like,
that's different though, because that was his circle of friends.
Right.
So I get that.
That's not somebody you don't know.
This is some
on
people you
social
don't even
media.
know. You
Okay.
basing your relationship off of like, my relationship got to be like theirs. Like,
no.
you don't even know them.
You're right.
This is a relationship on social media that people post to get likes and views.
You're right.
This is not real life, bro. Like, find a real relationship with a real person and really see what it's like. Don't base it off of somebody else's relationship that you don't know nothing about.
And one more thing off of that too, I feel like a relationship is for you and I. You and I. We can talk to our girls and our guys about whatever we're going through, but one thing you should never ever do is disrespect your lady in front of your people. I don't care if you're mad or not. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it should be our decision. You're not going to tell me what I should do with my man that I'm sleeping with, something that you don't know everything. You only know what I'm telling you.
Right.
And you only know what I'm telling you. So I feel like a lot of people let outside people run their relationship. They're not strong enough to make those decisions on their own. So they come back with their guys or their mothers or who are kids' decisions to what y'all doing in this relationship. But you can't go to your kids, your guys, and your mom for things that I'm doing for you. So if you can't do that, then you need not to listen to them. You need to figure this out. Like I said, if we have a problem, can't nobody help us but us.
Right.
You can go talk about it to get off your chest, but can't nobody help us but us.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of outside influences plays on weak-minded people.
True.
Because I can go to her and problem with you. She can be like, girl, stop talking to her. My mind is strong enough that I know that we're tight. I want to hear her, but I'm not listening to her.
Right.
I figure out how to come to you on my own because we have a problem together that we created.
Right.
So we only can fix it, right?
Right.
Amen.
Not a lot of people don't abide by those rules.
Right. They go by society standards and what their mama, brother, and cousin, uncle said. The only people I want to hear from when it comes to my relationship is that old married couple that's been married for 45 years in the church. in the church. That's the only
and he
people
still
I
give
wanna
her
hear
his
from.
jacket when she get cold
Amen.
outside. Like that's the
because
couple I want to
They
hear
went
from.
through the fire at
Yeah.
some point in time in their relationship.
Yeah.
They done been through it all.
And they
Those are
survived.
the only ones I want to hear from. when
And
it
back
comes
in
to
the day, all that stuff that they was doing,
Yeah.
that makes a relationship. And it's another thing too. You
him
gotta
and
understand-
her was on the block. Okay. Both
Him
of them.
and her was on the
Okay.
block.
People gotta understand, like, you're going to fall out of love.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Like, we're going to get on each other nerves.
Nerves.
We're not gonna always like each other.
Yeah.
But do that mean not doing what we're supposed to be obligated to one another to
Right.
do? Do
Yeah.
that mean lack? Do that mean go cheat? Do that mean take away? That doesn't mean that. I feel like when two people really honestly want to be together, they're going to both fight and figure it out. Because I can be with 10 people because I stopped liking them, stop falling out of love. You're not doing the same thing. We grow every year. You can't
Yeah.
expect me to be the person you met 10 years ago.
True.
Yeah.
That's unrealistic,
True.
right? Right?
Yeah.
Facts.
Agreed.
So, you know,
should be
this day and
better. You
age
should be better.
should be better. We should be at a point where our finances is dope.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Owning a house or not owning a
Working
house, owning a
towards
house ain't
it.
for everybody. We're fine in our relationship. We should be at a point where there is no worries but regular everyday stress, right?
Mhm.
Amen.
But no, because people are so weak-minded,
Mhm.
and the guys, instead of telling them to go home, the guys want to be like, hey, oh girl done called, or girl, I got him over here. Like, no, them are not your
Right.
people.
Yeah.
Them is not your people.
Facts.
Question. I don't even, Tommy, we don't want to read nothing else you got to say.
You
We
wait,
wanna read-
wait.
You're
I'm
not his
having-
mother, dog.
But he said, okay. Tashima said we
He
also
said, but-
had to be ready to receive what we asked for.
Yeah.
Canned beans, don't have me roll up. Canned beans, you're such a sucker.
Who you talking to?
Tashima, yes, I don't like that. Canned beans, well, can you cook? LOL. Yes, I can. Look, see that? You put it in the camera.
We all got that, okay? I'm working on it.
You can cook when you
I'm
can do
working
that.
on it.
You're not his mother though. That was canned beans, but canned beans. But you just demonstrated that you're canned beats. My
yeah,
bad.
Tommy.
Canned beats. Tommy. All right, Tommy. Can you?
You
just
ain't got to read that.
demonstrated that you're dead and scared by setting that white guy.
You're
I
irritating,
didn't
Tony.
I feel like I'm gonna know.
Tommy.
I feel like, and Kenneth said gems.
Yeah,
Whoop, whoop.
she said gems.
Y'all have been dropping gems. I feel like I'm gonna know when it's the right person, and I don't want to like go down the wrong path if it's the wrong person. Like if I don't feel it initially, I don't want to force it. Every relationship I've ever been in, I knew ahead of time that it wasn't gonna work, and I said, "I'll still let me try." And I'm not doing that no more. If I don't feel like it's gonna work, it ain't gonna work. You know, whether I'm putting it out there or whatever it is, like I should feel
Yeah.
solid about it. So if I don't
Yeah.
feel solid about it, you know, I would have had 2 white kids.
I can't. I'm dead.
Oh
I'm dead.
Lord. What I was gonna say to y'all, Jesus. How do y'all feel? We can wrap it up in a minute. How do y'all feel about being in a relationship with someone? You're in an active relationship with someone, and your partner is hanging out with single friends.
Okay, so speaking from experience, I am coming from a 10-year relationship, being single for 2. So
Welcome back.
back in the streets.
Back in the streets.
Y'all don't
No,
know
we're gonna
me.
do a club. We're not gonna be in the streets, guys.
We're not.
gonna
We're
do-
not. I
Just
promise you that.
saying. Just
We're gonna
saying.
do a club.
Oh my god.
Club for the single ladies.
Tough and single ladies. Oh my god. But yeah, like being in that 10-year relationship and knowing that my significant other had single friends, like I didn't mind it, but at the same time, it's just like, don't try to be with your single friends doing single shit. Like I feel like if they going out to go find girls and they finna go kick it with some chicks,
Right.
let them go do that. You need to stay at home. Like what you going out
Right.
with them for?
Right.
Like that has nothing to do with you. You have somebody already.
And it's more so you're just putting you're putting,
You're putting yourself in a situation to
Yes.
have an issue now. So now I'm gonna sit here and look at you crazy because if they saying, "Oh, bro, we finna go find these girls and we finna kick it with these chicks and woo," and you with me, and I'm looking at you upside your head like, where you finna go? Like, so like, it's just like I don't mind him having his single friends, especially if they want to just like do guy stuff and kick basketball, whatever, cool, have fun. But if they going out and they trying to be out dating and having fun with chicks and stuff like that, ain't got nothing to do with you, bruh.
Now here's the double standard. Y'all as single women,
Mm-hmm.
do y'all feel, I feel like women are more disciplined. Do y'all feel like y'all can kick it with y'all single friends and not have any issue as opposed to the men, or do you feel like it's the same?
It's the same way. I
Okay.
wouldn't be with my single friends if I know they finna go kick it with fellas and they finna go look for dudes. Like if I know I'm in an active relationship, why am I out with y'all and y'all finna go kick it with whoever? Like
that's putting one trying to hook everybody up.
I'm both sides with that.
Yeah, because I'm not finna be in the midst of. I mean, especially if I'm in a relationship, I ain't got no reason to be there. Like, what am I? I'm third wheeling. What? Like, what we doing?
I'm both sides with that. Like, I feel like if you my man and you favor, I shouldn't have to tell you do nothing. You want to tell yourself not to go.
Yeah,
if I gotta tell you something, and that means I don't trust you, and I don't trust you to behave properly with me.
Yeah.
But I don't mind him having single friends because I want him to be in certain situations where our relationship get tested. Because why am I looking over your shoulder? And I have single friends. He didn't like me hanging with my single friends. My single friends is a little wild.
I just said my single friends a little wild.
They bring that attention.
They bring that attention, but I cut out when it's time for me to cut out. I'll come to the event, and once it's been a little too much, I'm gone. Yeah. I know how to say hi, how you doing? I'm not gonna act like I'm just this prune on the table. Hi, how you doing? I have a man. And any other further conversations dealing with dating is off the table. Like if you just want to just randomly talk, we can talk. I mean, we can have friends. I'm not dead. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But I'm going to let you know ain't nothing moving. We ain't exchanging numbers. We're not even going to be Facebook friends because there's nothing going to happen after this.
Right.
So I just feel like you as a person should be making your own decisions because when your mate got to tell you.
Yeah. And that was the issue with us because I'm like.
I'm big on that. Go ahead.
I ain't got time to keep looking at you.
Right. I'm big on that. I'm not telling you nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not telling you nothing because I want you to be exactly who you are, and then I want to figure out if that lines up with me. Because either way, you're gonna do it, whether it's in front of me or behind my back.
Exactly. Right. You respect me behind my back.
Exactly. So no, do you? I'm never gonna judge you. I'm never gonna have an issue with it. I just might not be connected to it. You know what I'm saying?
Exit plan.
Exit plan.
For how to get away from me.
And then there's been relationships where I had to have an exit plan, whether it was domestic violence or whatever situation was happening. I had to. Women sometimes do have to have that strategy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because women already mentally check out way before we even decide to leave the situation. Like our minds leave the situation way before our bodies do, and it's crazy because like we really mentally be planning the whole time how we finna get up out of this, and be done. Like, and they don't realize it until it's too late.
They might tell you I'm done with you, but I've been done with you.
Mental funeral last year.
like what?
What is the best way? I can hear about 3 answers to this. What is the best way to get over a man?
Oh, go
ahead. I feel like
Savannah.
you have to allow yourself to process, go through all the emotions, the crying, the hate, the everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you need to go through pictures, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do to get them out your system. And then sometimes it doesn't even, like for me, sometimes it doesn't even be in a system because I was checked out way before my relationship ended. It's just, it depends on how the breakup exit plan is. If it's dramatic or if it's subtle. Mine was very dramatic and I didn't like what was happening. So it caused a lot of just uncomfortableness, like questions like, how could you? Why would you? We was friends first. Like, really? Selfish. It could have been so easy and so quiet, but you wanted all of this noise. So, and it was a lot on me too, because I should have been left. In my head, I was already gone a couple of different times, and I just wanted him to be this person that he was never ever going to be. So I blame myself for even staying all those years. But just having that support system around you.
Knew at the end. Sometimes you have to give it that extra time. Otherwise, you're gonna end up going back. So give it that extra time so you know for sure. That's all.
I knew, and then just putting my mind into something else, being around great people, doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life, going after my dreams, staying active, and just literally being okay with the whole situation. For me, that helps. And talking about it. Sometimes you got to talk about it over and over.
To get that system.
Like, why am I talking about this, girl? Let's change the subject.
Right.
Because eventually your friend's gonna get tired of you talking about
Yeah.
you know who I'm talking to.
You know who I'm talking to.
Talk
But
about this
yeah.
and 10 times at dinner. Jeez.
Right. But like she said, like it does take time. You got to take time to heal. My biggest thing is like I hate when females get out of a relationship and jump right into another one.
How can I
Like,
just have,
can
I
you-
know this is off the topic.
Yeah.
How is that remotely possible? Getting out of a relationship and going right back into a relationship.
That's what they say. The best way to get over a man is
to get another one, which is crazy because I feel like the fact that you didn't even take that time to understand and process what happened in that relationship, that means whatever trauma and past relationships you have with this person, you ain't doing nothing but taking that right over into your new relationship.
And you finna double them.
You finna double
and
them.
it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. And it's like you have to take that time out to just really learn who you are. What do you really want? What do you really like? Do you like your toast tickled at night? Do you like peanut butter jelly sandwiches? Figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just need some time to yourself and really focus on yourself to know what you really need for love. Or do you even like love? Do you care for love? Is that something you really want? And it's like y'all don't even take the time to realize who y'all are as a person going into the next relationship. Y'all just getting with whoever, whatever.
And I know I'm a relationship type of person. I want to be in a relationship. That's who I am. I don't like nothing about being single, but am I gonna rush it? Absolutely not.
No.
I'm not gonna rush it. I do have standards and boundaries. I don't want to do anything extra right now because I'm being me.
Yeah, as you
know what I'm
should.
saying?
I love that.
So I can't. I gotta be healed and be ready to for my king. Like no trauma, no nothing. I need to be able to give him everything that he requires and asking for, and not be holding my hands up like I was hurt. No, so I take out the time for myself right now. So when that my king come, he's gonna have all of me, not parts of me.
Joy. Everybody got their own joy. Everybody got their own peace. I can't stop thinking about peanut butter jelly sandwich and tickling toes. She said it. I like my toes tickled.
That's what I'm saying.
But
like, people don't come to the realization of stuff that they really want in a relationship, and then you hop into the relationship as having these expectations, but you didn't even realize that for yourself first to even tell that person. Like, how you just going like, girl?
You should teach about that on stage.
Girl, stop it. And
I just never know who they are though.
And it's crazy because you constantly changing. So it's like you have to learn yourself a little bit better
and know what you like.
Know what you
and
like.
have standards of what you're gonna accept and what you're not gonna accept.
Exactly.
You know
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me because like I can't like especially with me being celibate now and knowing that I'm not going into a relationship with my body first. Like it's really it's really just weeding out the people who's just like looking for that or who just want that. Like if you're gonna be into me, you're gonna be into me intellectually, spiritually before you even get to my flesh.
Somebody that
like,
can fuck your mind. That's so dope to me.
Baby. Like
that's so dope to me.
I just need you to really be able to sit down and read a book with me sometimes. Sometimes I just want to lay down and just, you know what I'm saying, talk about stuff and really gritty about who we are as people.
Yeah.
It ain't always gotta be
watching
sexual.
A movie.
Like it ain't always gotta be sexual. I'm over that. I've done that already.
Because I'm gonna get tired of you with that probably. You
some of these men don't know how to tap in, or they're so medicated on something, whether it's alcohol or whatever it is, that they don't want to tap into their feelings. They don't want to tap into to all of that because there's so much stuff in there. There's so much chaos in there. There's so much hurt and pain in there.
They hold on
so
to.
they keep everything surface level.
So let me ask you something. Somebody that's always intoxicated or always getting high, right? There's not the time that they can just not.
I know
be that
several
right?
people.
Do you think that they like themselves?
I think it's different for each person as to what their reasoning is, because what they're doing is they're numbing something. So it's you know, for one person I know, they lost somebody in their life. They lost a child. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're always more so numbing that. And I know they love themselves to the fullest. Okay, because he conceded Jesus.
Because you conceded Jesus.
Yes, but I think but for some people don't like themselves for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't grow up with love. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, they was bullied as a child. Whatever or maybe they just don't like what they see in the mirror. And they're not putting forth, you know, effort to change it, or they're not accepting to just what they see, because some things you can't change. I can't change every feature that's on me. I ain't going under the knife, Lord. But
Yeah.
I've learned to love and accept all of me just as I am.
As
you know what I'm
you should.
saying?
You're beautiful.
I appreciate that. I be trying, y'all.
You are too much.
It's just a little makeup, got the glass on, lipstick. You know what I'm saying?
Glasses, you know what I'm saying? I love how you just do that.
But it's that could be the case. But to me, it got to be some type of lack of love if you're doing something that's steady harming yourself. But some of them don't even realize that's what they're doing. They just don't want to feel the pain of whatever it is. They don't want to feel, period. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's a sickness. Some people think it's like a medicine at some point.
That's
Like it's a
deep.
coping mechanism. And what I try to do is not judge the person by that thing, in a sense of I don't think they're a bad person because they have a bad habit.
Right, correct.
You know what I'm saying? I never like attach the two. How you treat people, to me, that's what, shows if you're a good person or a bad person or not. Not necessarily what you do to your flesh. That's something between you and your body, and there's a reason why you're doing it. For me, I don't think you should put nothing in your body that's harming yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Besides cupcakes and donuts.
And listen, even Tylenol. Listen, everything, you know what I'm saying? What's the word for it? Like portions or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But whether it's cupcakes, donuts, Tylenol, wine, whatever it is, you can have just a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna kill you. It does. You're not addicted to it.
Yeah.
It's when it becomes an addiction.
When it's a problem.
Because nothing, you shouldn't be addicted to nothing but God.
Yeah.
He put everything on this earth though, and everything has a purpose. There's a reason for it being here, but you can't put it before him. And when you start doing that, because we're all human and we all do it. So when you start doing that, then you got to go through the work of figuring out, why am I doing this? Why is my energy and my attention going here, as opposed to something that's healthy for me, something that's gonna make me better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm learning with my therapist. I love my therapist. She's so good, girl. She's Miss Betty. She a vegan Black woman.
Go ahead, Miss Betty. Go ahead, Miss Betty. Shout out, Miss Betty.
That's what I needed in my life, Lord. Because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have that woman figure. My mom sold drugs back in the day. She was the biggest drug dealer in Chicago at one point. Right.
Nah, mama being drugged in.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mama is the cutest little thug you'll ever meet. She's adorable. She's adorable. So I didn't grow up with that. I grew up in like a different atmosphere. And then she took us off to Cudahy. So it's just a lot going on.
Gotcha.
I got a little balance.
Yeah.
Got a little balance. But as far as dating these men and all of that, I have so much love to give. And I see a lot of takers.
That's exactly what I see.
Exactly. So we have to be protective of ourselves. We have to be very mindful. I don't think we should date scared, but we should definitely date with that awareness. And it sounds like both of y'all have sharpened y'all discernment so much. When they on BS, when they on malarkey.
Yeah, it's easy to tell. It's very easy to tell now. Like back then, when I first started dating, when I was younger, it wasn't easy. I was just like, okay, whatever, you just stupid. But no, girl, you just stupid because you just going for the bull crap. But now that I'm getting older now, and it's like now I'm really starting to understand, like, me as a person and knowing what I really want out of a relationship and what I expect out of a relationship. It's like, I'm starting to see like, why you doing that? Why you don't like that? Why you didn't tell me about that? Like, so now I'm starting to really understand, like, I have to ask these questions. I have to find out. I have to know, because if I don't, ain't nobody gonna tell you.
And a real one wants you to know.
That's what I'm saying.
But there's this one, and we're gonna wrap it up. And y'all can feed the table. There was this one. It was the third one that I didn't mention from the dating app. But he fed me all of his traumas, past traumas, everything that happened to him. This is our first conversation.
Oh, wow.
Talked about his childhood, but I was intrigued.
I was intrigued
because we went through some of the same things. I was just listening. Wow. And he's a Pisces and I'm a Pisces. So I was intrigued. Right. But then that second conversation, I realized that was the cusser. Yeah. But so some people it's good to get that information, but
Mhm.
like probably
Over time. Like, don't just
Not the
unload the
first
clip.
He
He
unload.
raw. He said,
He
here you go.
unloaded. I don't know
Like,
what it
come on,
does.
bro. Unload the clip. Like, you could have just bow and then wait.
Right.
And then put another one in. Bow. Here's another one. Like,
Right. And
you just went through it like, woo.
and
That's a
some
lot.
women do that too.
Yeah,
y'all. And we
yeah,
gotta
some
make
women
sure
do
we
do
not
that.
doing
Some women
that.
do that, and it's
And it's
like,
not you're not that's not you wearing a mask because you're not giving all your business right then and there. Number one thing is let them know your heart and your intentions.
yeah,
I don't need to know your accolades. You know what I'm saying? If you want to
Yeah.
mention it, that's fine. But if I ain't asking about it, why are you mentioning it? You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you where you work. Or I might ask where you work.
I'm definitely gonna ask. I'm like, what you do for a living?
Right.
That's like one of my first
Shows a lot about a
questions.
person's personality.
He might
too.
not have no job.
Right.
And it's okay if it just happened or a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
weeks or something.
Yeah, that's
I might have a
different.
lead for you.
Right. Right.
But 3 years.
Ever go back to work.
That's a different
Not
story.
3 years.
You can't be still selling CDs, Jesus. Not the mixtape. All
But
right. Go ahead. Is there anything else y'all want to we're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate y'all listening. We're gonna delete all of Tommy's comments. I appreciate you, Tom. We're gonna delete all of them, make sure they ain't on there for later. No, nobody need to read them, Lord. Is there anything y'all want to bless the people with, offer to the table? Any advice on dating? Any advice on what expectations for dating should be? Anything of that nature?
I'm going to say have expectations. There's nothing wrong with that. Have boundaries. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have a gut feeling, that's what it is. That's what it is. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to how the person treat their family, friends, mom, dad, whoever, because eventually they're going to treat you like that. And I feel like that will save a lot of heartache and pain.
That's good.
I love that. That's dope.
I don't want to. Oh, there you go. I think you turn the volume down.
But yeah, my only advice right now, honestly, is to use your discernment to the best of your ability. Like she said, make sure you protect your boundaries at all costs. Don't let nobody play with you or play in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, just take your time. It's not a problem for you to take time for yourself before you decide to be in the dating field. Like, take some time to learn yourself, figure out what you like for you and what you want for you before you try to give it to somebody else. Self-care.
Yes.
Please practice self-care, y'all. Let's go for the men and the women, especially the men, because the men are lacking on the self-care field right now. I'm gonna need y'all to pick it up, figure it out, because I feel like men just don't be like
facials, all of that.
Do all of that. Do
pedicures,
manicures, facials. Spend time with yourself. Figure out who you are as a person before you try to find somebody else. Other than that, for y'all, my show coming up June 30th. I'll be in the field at the Boogie Comedy Show. So if you want to find me, look me up, Tika G, at Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all.
Give them your website again if anybody wants to make donations, anything of that nature, or has a family member with lupus. The beautiful Savannah actually teaches classes about how to deal with that and how to support your family members dealing with lupus and things of that nature. Go ahead with the website.
Yes, that is www.lupushasnoface.com, and lupushasnoface.com podcasts are on live on Wednesdays. You can find me on YouTube.
Yeah, I got celebrities in the building, y'all. It was such a pleasure and honor to have them here. My only advice for dating would be to go outside. Outside.
We outside.
I'm working on it. Jesus, got my toe in the water. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Again, thank y'all for being my beautiful, wonderful, powerful guest today. I appreciate y'all. And y'all, thanks for watching. Until next time.